Hello everyone and thanks for tuning in. Today's video is going to be on brokerage interviews and some of the key questions you want to ask during your interview and also some of the key information you need to find out before committing to that brokerage. So stay tuned. So before we get into the questions, one of the most important things you're going to want to do when considering a brokerage is to evaluate the brokerage's culture. Before you choose a real estate broker, ask yourself, what kind of company do I want to work for? How much support do I want from my coworkers? Just like other businesses, real estate brokerages develop a company culture that informs the way they do business. Are you looking for a small mom and pop brokerage with an intimate family-like brokerage culture? Or would you prefer a big box franchise brokerage that's more likely to let you just fend for yourself? And the best way to kind of evaluate the culture is to talk to other agents that work there, or to go to a company function and see how the people there work together, or, just to get a feel of where you would fit in at that actual brokerage. It's really important that when you go on these interviews that you're prepared, you have all your ducks in a row, and you already know what you want to ask and what information that you're looking for. So if you go on a website called planmeplease.com, you can print out these interview questions and take it with you on interviews so that the interview goes a lot smoother. You're not guessing or thinking of questions to ask. It'll be right there in front of you. So the first question is, do you have a mentor program? So getting started can be a little intimidating, sometimes a lot intimidating. So having a mentor that can help guide your first steps is a wonderful thing. Mentors can teach new agents real-world scenarios, including the do's and don'ts of the industry. So me personally, I think that having a mentor and having that real-world experience is unmatched. You can read as many books as you want, you can watch as many videos you want, but having someone there to help you that's been in the real estate industry for a long time, that you can just pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, I have a question about this, or I need help with this situation. That kind of experience from a mentor is the best thing that you can have. The second question is, what forms of training and continuing education do you provide? So real estate agents, both seasoned and new, need consistent training and continuing education to stay up to date with the current laws and best practices in the industry. Third question is, at what times do I have access to the office? And this is especially important for people who are working as a part-time agent and they need to work around their schedule of their full-time job, or let's say they're a full-time student working as a part-time agent. So you want to know what time you have access to the office in order to get your work done. The next question is, what is the average income of the active agents working in your office? And the reason why this is a great question is because there's a rule of thumb that your income is the average of your 5 closest friends. If in an office surrounded by other top successful agents, then you're more likely to rise to that level. It rubs off on you. So get to the honest answer based on the number of active agents they have in the company. Question number 5 is, how are incoming calls on listings distributed? You want to know, when a call comes in on an in-house listing, how are those calls handled? Do they go to the listing agent or do they go to the general pool of agents? And if your broker is one of the brokerages that promise, hey, I'll give you leads, I'll give you listings, hold them accountable and make sure you check up on where those leads are going and who they're going to and who's working them, and if you can have an opportunity to, get that business and handle that lead yourself. The next question is, what commission split would I start at? And is the commission split negotiable? So a lot of times, if you're a seasoned realtor and you're coming into another brokerage, like you were previously at another one and you decided to change over, and you're bringing in a lot of business, you can probably negotiate your commission split because you are bringing the brokerage in more money. If you're a new agent, they'll probably stick with their set commission split until you show them, that you've earned a better commission split. The next question is, how is the commission paid to the sales agent? So basically that most brokerages will give you a checklist of the documents you have to submit in order for them to issue your commission check. So you just want to kind of get a feel of all the documents and everything you'll have to submit before they cut you your check. The next question is, do agents work in teams or do they do their own thing at this brokerage? So, me personally, when I first started out in real estate, I worked at Keller Williams, and I felt like they really pushed new agents to work in teams. And the reason why I didn't like that was because you only had one job. So, you only learned a piece of being an agent. And you want to be a well-rounded agent. Like, you want to know what's going on throughout the whole process of the transaction, not just work on one piece. Like, you're the one that's doing all the showings, right? And then they'll have another person in the team that handles all the paperwork. They'll have another person in the team that sends out all the emails. So I didn't want to get stuck in a team and just learn one thing. It was really important for me to, be that well-rounded agent and learn everything as an agent, every aspect of the transaction. So let's take a quick break from the questions and get into something that everyone wants to know, and that's, how am I getting paid and how much am I getting paid? Okay, so our next topic is commission splits. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys an example. Here's how commission splits work. Let's say you sell a home for $300,000 and the average commission in that area is 6%. That 6% is first split between the buying and selling agent. Now you're down to 3%, which works out to be $9,000. Next, you're going to have to share that with your broker. So if you're on a 60-40 commission split, you're taking 60% of $9,000, which leaves you with $5,400. And of course, that's before expenses and taxes. So that's why you have to be careful when deciding what broker you want to go to, because a 60-40 split is really high. You're doing all the legwork, you're showing the houses, or you're, listing the house, and then you're giving someone 40% of your commission, which is a lot. And there are brokerages out there that do offer 100% commission. But sometimes the reason why the commission splits are really high is because that particular brokerage offers you more. So more education, more training, things like that. Sometimes when you're at a brokerage that offer you 100%, there's no education, there's no training, you're kind of really on your own. So take that into consideration when deciding what broker you want to go with. So let's jump back in with question number 9. Does the brokerage offer any advertising assistance? And if so, how much? So you want to ask them, do they have any go-to companies that offer agent discounts, or any websites that they're familiar with, or just speak to other agents in the office and ask them what company do they go to for their advertising. And that way you're not spending as much money, if you're a new agent, you don't really know where to look. So get that information from either your broker or other agents in that office. Question number 10 is, does this brokerage provide leads to its agents? If so, how and when do I receive the leads? So me personally, I've never been at a brokerage that just gives you leads. So if you are interviewing at a brokerage and they keep saying, we provide you leads, we'll give you listings, make sure that you hold them accountable and make sure you follow up with them, so you can actually get those leads, and make sure that they're working with you so you can close on those deals as well. And last but not least, are there sales contests or awards? So this is important, especially for new agents. If you come in and you're closing on a good amount of deals, it's nice to be recognized and to receive that award, or to win that contest, just to keep the morale of the office up and to keep everyone in a kind of fun, competitive spirit. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this video helps. And also be sure to check out planmeplease.com for the instant download of those interview questions. And I'll see everyone next video. Bye.